been a while since we've done one of those things, and you can tell as well, I got kind of a Stark thing going on. That's always awesome. I know Kira Online knows that. But anyway, enough procrastinating. We're going to go on with how we all know this works. And we're going to get to the first question from Anime God 500. How you doing, buddy? His question: what franchises would you like to see get the LEGO treatment? My picks would be Power Rangers and Thunderbirds. I'd actually be intrigued. I mean, the whole idea with like the Megazord being made out of LEGO, that, you know, you can already picture in your head that just, you know, writes itself, or even builds itself, for lack of a better description. Thunderbirds, I'd love to see how that would be done, because then they can play off in the factory floor how the pod vehicles could actually be assembled. As to which ones I'd love to see get that kind of treatment. Most of the ones that are getting the LEGO treatment are ones that are already getting or have already gotten. Sonic the Hedgehog being one of them, and he actually blends in quite nicely with that. And of course, Knight Rider's been put in, and you know, I had a huge fanboy moment when, in a promotional video to bring Knight Rider into LEGO Dimensions, Sonic introduces Kit, and you even hear Roger Craig Smith and William Daniels' voice on the screen. It's just like, everything is perfect. I don't need to make this any better. It's like, yep, good, we're done. But as to what other franchises, if I had to pick one, damn, you really put me on the spot with this. Jason the Wheel Warriors. Simply because it's not something too many people are familiar with, and seriously, that thing needs a redo. You know, give it a nice, fresh take, or do a sequel series. I mean, heck, they did a sequel series to the original Inspector Gadget, you know, some many years later, even referencing the original car, which, by the way, why couldn't they just put that back together? Just saying. Anyway, the next two questions have been asked on the low, because you know how this format works, folks. Sometimes people don't want to be recognized. You know, they just want to ask the questions, and you know, I all know that one. Yeah. Question 2. What do you think of the current state of the JDF CM Punk situation? Oh, this. Alright. I'm gonna be as blunt and down the middle as I can with this. I think they're both being as bad as each other. Now, I've seen JDF's response videos where Punk initially says, yeah, I'll fight him, then says in other interviews, oh, I've never, you know, wasn't he the Green Ranger or something, or, you know, I've not heard anything about this, when the two have done, you know, conventions together. And I understand Punk getting irritated at the fact that JDF was, I suppose from his perspective, provoking and prodding him at the C2E2 panel and what have you, but Punk, you know, had said, yeah, I'll fight him. With regards to JDF, I think he could have taken his foot off the pedal just a little. Not much, just a little. Because I do feel like he kept kind of jabbing him, but at the same time, I get what he's saying. Because, you know, Jason was willing to fight Punk for free. You know, that tells me how much he loves the idea of it. I mean, keep in mind, this is the same man who, when it came to do the Power Rangers 20th anniversary episode in Megaforce, he only did it for $1. Because of how much he loves his character, the Green Ranger. He embraces it. I mean, he calls his web reality series My Morphin Life. You know, it pretty much speaks volumes. I'd say they're both as bad as each other, but I'm leaning towards defending JDF in this. I think, you know, I'm a CM Punk guy, you know. I like the fact that, you know, particularly with how he spoke his mind in WWE, because let's just face it, folks, he was just being himself in that. He's, you know, being the modern day Austin. The difference is Austin came back after a while, but that's a story for another time. I don't know, I just lost some respect points for Punk. You know, I still dig the guy. I get why he did what he did to get out of WWE and, you know, being able to make them accountable for what they did by, I mean, I'm just going to say this as well, guys, firing him on his wedding day, come on. You know, I know it's 33 years old, but come on, that's really petty. But, yeah, I think when you look at the whole thing down the middle, they're kind of as bad as each other, but I'm leaning towards JDF. I think JDF has a little bit more credibility, the fact that he does this for his fans because he truly loves his fans. So, yeah, point to the Green Ranger. And I'm a Power Ranger fan as well. Love to get the Red Ranger Legacy helmet that they've got in Forbidden Planet. You know, that'd be something to have. And the final question, still on the subject of Power Rangers. If you could make the Sonic Saturn cast Power Rangers, what designations would you have Sally and Tails? Okay, it's a little out there, but I'll go with it. Well, and this may surprise you, because one of them you kind of look and think, okay, you know, kind of see that coming. The other one, not so much. I would have Tails designated as the Blue Ranger, because Tails is the resident genius in the making as far as things go within the realm of Sonic the Hedgehog, whether it's Archie's, the Sega Sonic series, Sonic Boom, and just so we're clear on this, I don't know what the whole thing, I don't know the whole situation with regards to whether Archies have or have not, and if they do, Archies, don't do it. You're gonna regret it, trust me. I think Tails would be the right fit to play the Blue Ranger, simply because, again, he just fits that particular role in my regards, because in any form or continuity of Sonic the Hedgehog that he's been in, he's been the resident go-to tech wizard. He's been the genius, the scientific one that has answers to problems that not everybody can do by smashing things. You know, Tails is the sound mind. Now, this brings me to my next point. What Ranger designation would I have Sally Acorn in? And this may surprise you, and no, it ain't gonna be the yellow or the pink Ranger role. I've seen this happen too often with some people who do their Sonic Rangers AMVs across YTub, and I like to be able to try and, you know, think outside the box and do things a little bit differently. She would still be the leader, because, again, she has it up here. I mean, she has this foresight to be able to see things before they happen. And I'm not saying in that same context that she's able to see the future, and if so, could you give me next week's lottery numbers, please? No. You know, in the lore of Power Rangers, the Green Ranger has always been one of the best and possibly the greatest Power Ranger, and, you know, Tommy would eventually go on to actually lead the team. To me, you've already got a great leader in Sally, because let's call it for what it is. She's the real leader of the Freedom Fighters. Sonic, you know, he has the powers, he has the muscle, but he doesn't have it up here. I'm not saying in that regard he's stupid, I'm just saying he doesn't have the ability to do what she does. And so, long story short, I'd make her the Green Ranger. Because, for starters, it's, you know, it's thinking outside the box, it's doing something a little bit different. And furthermore, you know, she's a tomboy. You know, don't give her the girly color. That's not her. I mean, yeah, like most female characters, she has to have a little girl, you know, a little girl time. You know, that's natural. But this is a character that's a born leader, and to me, her in charge of the Green Ranger and her in control of the Dragon Zord with the Dragon Dagger. I mean, you can already picture her, you know, with the suit and the helmet, and it's just like, done deal. I don't know who I'd cast Sonic in that particular team. To me, Sonic is a guy that works best when he's being kind of a lone wolf in that respect. We've seen so many times when he's tried to be team player and it just doesn't work. Sonic Heroes being the lone exception, but in terms of moving animation pieces, Sonic is at his best when he's by himself. You know, let's just call it down the middle, spade for spade. So yeah, I'd have Tails as the Blue Ranger, and I'd have Sally as the Green Ranger, because why not? Let's do something a little bit different, and let's do something that's not been done so many times before. You know, sometimes it takes one to put an idea in some people's heads. Know what I mean? Sorry it's been so long since the last Q&A episode, but, you know, if people don't send me questions, I can't do these. It'd be like, here's a Q&A episode. I got no questions. Now I will put this particular question up from me, you know, from me to you. I have actually acquired the reaction and review that I did 6 years ago on the Channel Awesome's Suburban Nights anniversary movie. Is this something you'd like to see back up on my channel? Simple hashtag Suburban No or hashtag Suburban Yes. You know, I'll just leave you with that because I want to know what you guys think, because at the end of the day, I do this for you and you deserve an input on it. So until, I really hate when my monitor does that. If you're wondering why my voice sounds a little bit different, from time to time I like to do a little bit of voice acting, purely just for, you know, for things that I wrote years ago, and occasionally like just to do some recordings, just for the heck of it. And sometimes if I get into that particular character, the voice just stays for a while. So if my voice sounds a bit weird, that'll be why. But yeah, you know how the usual shtick works. Send a question over to my Twitter, Facebook, Dynamic Night. I even have a Reddit at the MJ Night, or even to the guys at River City Gamers. How you doing? But until then, ask again.